while pedaling for more than 2 hours. I'm thirsty. I want to drink some water. Don't worry. You just put the power button here. And you see the display will be turned on. And without any other actions, we just do pedaling. After that, the model will use the power from the lithium batteries to give you power to push you, so you can run very easily, and maybe you will reduce the energy of your body, and you will to do some relax. Due to after 2 hours pedaling, and then when I could never pedal anymore, I'm very tired. I need to rest. But when I see I'm on the road, there are glasses on behind my side. I could never find a place to have a rest. Don't worry, just switch the model to the all-power system models. After that, you can use the throttlers. You will see the throttlers here. So, as you see, the model will be working, but at this time, as you see, it will be easy to drive. So, as you see, in this way. And on that way, it will easy to be help you to relax yourself, to help you save the energy. So if you want to get on the bicycle, it's very easily, as you see before. And let me show you more information about our electric bicycle. For example, in this fourth part. As you see in this fourth part, it's the main important part of our electric bicycles. First thing is the double disc brake system. As I told you before, the left controls the front brake. When you control the handle brake here, and our brake lines will be selected. After that, we show to the brake systems here. And when it worked, there will be catch the terror form very easily to make sure you can keep safety. And after that, our terror forms is also use the stainless steels. Due to the terror is the most important part, like human speed. So how big its speed can be, it will help you ride how fast you can. So that our terrace is about 26 inches. So we'll see this terrace is very big. It's very big, as you see. After we test is about 26 inches and with 4 inch wide. So that's why it can help you have a more stable sense for you. And we are also the main important the electric stable systems. How it can be stable is can divide into the form, the terrace, and the saddles. Both of these parts can make sure the stable of all our electric bicycles, which is the model called the 1809, and it costs only about $627 each. So if you are interested in these models, please send us your inquiries. And at this time, please follow us, our Alibaba International Shop. And we are looking for a distributor located. So if you are interested in our EV electric bicycles, please contact us. And we also added some different parts about our N6 model. And as see in the fourth part, it includes the double disc brake systems. The next is the shock systems. As you see, this shock systems is the air shock systems. So air shock systems were more helpful than the other. They were more helpful than other shock systems. So when it finds there is a home here, and there are many up and downs about the road conditions, it will work. For example, it will work very well. So, however, how big the hole in front of you, it can easily to take over it. And with the handles, as you see the springs here, which should be hidden in this part. And also the saddle will also give you a more comfortable experience here. And you can easily to use our electric bicycles more easily. Due to as the first design, we designed this electric bicycle for female use. So we reduce the crossbars here. And you will see there are many other electric bicycles have crossbars. Due to on the road, there is no more stumble as like a triangle. So that we need to add some bars to make sure the stumble of our crossbars, our bars. So you will see the form is much bigger than this type or other electric bicycles as you see. Due to there we reduce the crossbars. Due to we want to female to use our electric bicycle more easily. If there is crossbars, so women need to put their foot up and get on the electric bicycle. So it's very rude, and it's not. It's very rude for women to put hand. If you write a dress, it's very difficult. So we reduce the crossbars. You just need to use your foot like this way. You could never use to put your foot up or put your leg up and to get on the electric bicycle. You can easily to, for example, like me, I'm a woman. When I get on these electric bicycles, I should not need to put my leg up to the foam. For example, this model which called 1810. This is designed for man use. So man should put his leg to over the crossbars. After that, I can get on the bike, and it's not easy to get back to the electric bicycle. If a woman is very hard to do. So if you choose this design, you will find it's more easily to get on the electric bicycle. Yes. You should not put your leg up to cross the crossbar. You just to put your hands like this, just to get on the pedal, including or to put your leg up to go across the crossbar. So it's very friendly design for women. So we think women can easily to get on the electric bicycles and to use a more big side, as big as men's use. So these are our main design for these electric bicycles. So women is very easy to get on the electric bicycle this way. So it's a very friendly design, and we want more and more women can use our electric bicycle like this model, which called 1809. So it will very easily for them to get on the electric bicycle easily. Just on this way, most of them can get on the electric bicycle easily. After that, they can do some pedaling on our electric bicycles. And we'll see how these electric bicycles look very simple, but reliable enough for you. And it has many reasonable for women's use. And women can drive as fast as men can do. And it also will help them go fast to do more exercise. If I want to shape my body to get more hairs or strengthen my hairs, I just use these electric bicycles on a pedal model. After that, I just to do some pedaling like this. I just need to do some pedaling. If I feel tired, I can put on the models with these power assessed models. So it will help me save my energies and let me have a least rest or have a less rest. When I'm too tired to do cycling, I just switch different speed models. For example, it's the fifth models. After that, I just use our throttlers. As you see, with my hand, with my finger, just to put. And after that, when you switch the throttlers here, after that, our motor, as you see, it will be shown at this time. It means it worked. So it will very easily help you to use. So if you do not want to use levers, just choose the levers to the first level. On these levers, when you ride, our model will also to do the power assessed for you. So you are ready to do a cycling more easily. And next, please let me show you more information about our electric bicycles. In this model, which is called the 1809. This ring is use the alloy double word, so it will help you more safety. And the brake is about the front disc brake, the rear brake disc, rear disc brake, and the regulars is about model have several different speed gears. And the handlebars is use the alloys, and the steering wheel is also. So this main important part we will think it need to be the main important part, like human sport. So it will be much harder or simple enough for you. So we instead of taking the aluminum alloys, just the alloys like stainless steels or other alloys. And back to these electric bicycles. Its maximum speed is less than 30 kilometers. Due to different countries all over the world have different speed levels on the law. So that after we do our research, we found most of countries in Europe or Americans, the speed in law for our electric bicycles is about 25 kilometers per hour. So that we design our faster, the maximum speed is less than 25 kilometers. But in the thriller, our motors and business batteries can work as fast as 30 kilometers per hour. And I'm a fat man. I'm 8 kilograms. I'm also heavier. And our electric bicycles can load, the maximum load is more than 140 kilograms. So it is suitable for all the women or all the people of the world. And the distance per charge for these batteries. Due to our batteries, these batteries is about 48 volt by 11 ampere hours. So totally the capacity of these batteries is more than 500 watts. And as you see, in my hand is the main important part of our electric bicycles. Due to this is the terraform of our electric bicycles. And you see, this is chosen by the aluminum form with standard steel wires here. Due to we need to make sure the sample of the form it needs to be harnessed and it needs to be shaped, easily shaped to like a cycle. And as you see, there are many different informations you can get from our forms. As you see, this part, every terraforms, it will be painted by rustlers oils here. When we connected the bolts, here, it can use the more longer than the other electric bicycles. And as you see, other stainless steel wires are bewelded at these aluminum forms. As you see, the connected part is very safety and is not easily to be broke. So we think this form will help you ride more fast, more stable, more safety, like this. And when it works, it will look very beautiful. And this inch is about 24 inch. And the tires it can be made is about 24 inch with about 2 or 3 wide, 2 or 3 inch wide. And back to the other part about the foam. As you see, this is the main important part of our electric bicycles. So, as you see, this is like this foam, but yes, fixed electric bicycles. Due to you will see other information here. Due to this electric bicycles is designed to be folded. So you will see this part is different from these big models. Due to this electric bike is homemade, but it can be folded. For example, you want to fold the electric bicycle. Due to this connected part, our electric form is divided into 2 main parts. The first part, as you see on this bike, is in front of this, with 4 tires, with handlebars, with brake system or other power wires, brake wires, or other parts like air shock systems, including these all parts. Yes, our form part is in this connected part left side. So in this side, this form can be folded, and as you see on this side is our folded electric bicycle. I will introduce them later, and now I will introduce more information about this form. And in this connected part is easily to be divided by this way. First step, we need to divide the connected part in this way to handle it and to switch it for 3 cycles to make sure that it be relaxed. After that, it could be divided into the right side from the left to the right. From the left to the right. After that, you will see there is a spring inside of this part. Just put the stainless steel bars up. After that, it can be divided like this way. After that, it can be folded like this way. So this is one of the form of our folding electric bicycles. This alloying is used stainless steel. Due to if you choose the aluminum forms, it's not hardness enough, and then not easily to make sure for the stable of our electric bicycles. And as you see, when you put, for example, there is a tires here. When you feel tired, there is a bar here. That will help you make sure it can put on the ground and you will have a rest. Due to we designed this form to make some folded electric bicycles. When you go to the subway station, when you go down the subway station, there are about 3 or 5 kilometers far away from your office, countries, or foundries. You want to go to your factory more fast. You can use our folding electric bicycles. When you go out the subway station, after that, for example, you put your electric bicycles on the ground. After that, you need to make them up. At this time, that's as same as user 2. Just put the front part, switch it about more than 180 degrees. 180 degrees. After that, there will be like a line. After that, it's also the main important part of our connected part. Just to put them together. Commonly, in this station, it is connected very well, but you need to make sure the safety of yourself. So that you need to put these stainless bars from right to the left. From right to the left. After that, the main important part is you need to switch those bars to make sure it will be connected straightly. After that, you need to put these bars like this way. After that, you will find this form is stable enough. And here is our another design. As you see, it's the main form. As you see about our folding electric bicycles without any parts or any bolts on it. So this form is used by the stainless steel, which be painted. So as you see on these cycles, it is stainless steels instead of aluminum alloys. Due to this folded electric bicycle, you need to make sure the stable of its whole bodies. For example, like this minimum, minimum electric bicycles. This is our folding electric bicycles. As you see, it takes the same forms here, but this minimum electric bicycle designed for the different peoples. And as you see, these forms is the original serial of the folding electric bicycles. It is bicycle part makes the form part and the real part gets together to make it like a whole bodies. So it marks the need to reduce the crossbars, like the big model which called 1809. So